Where there's school and students and parents and teachers, there's going to be stress. So we spoke to some teachers and some parents to find out what causes the stress with students and parents and how you can deal with it.
The biggest source of stress I see is the social interactions.
Definitely tests and exams are a cause of stress for kids.
It breaks any mother's heart to see their child feeling that kind of stress.
I think that a lot of the stress that the kids have come from the expectations that the adults put on them in their lives.
If the homework is stressing a student out, they probably won't attempt it.
We can't just expect somebody to be a good studier, we have to actually teach them how to do that. And we can't just expect somebody to know how to do multiple choice tests.
I ask them, do you know how to study? A lot of them do not know how to study, so that stresses them out.
I would say that number one for a child who is stressed out about school, the key is to get at the root. So we can't even begin to address the problems until we know what is at the root.
Every child is different, so you have to actually talk to the child to figure out if it's stress or something else. Watching them you can't see, but conversation it will come out.
And I pull out each kid one by one as they're working in their groups, and I talk to them and I interview them and I ask them about how things are going and da-da-da-da. And it's so interesting when you ask, you learn so many things. Like I learned that one kid's a concert violinist and da-da-da and this and that, and she's stressed because she's after school from 5 till 10 o'clock at night practicing her violin, or someone's parents live in a different country and she's here with an aunt or an older sister. And so you learn what's going on with these kids, and you know how they say, in sales, know your customer type of thing. So know your students. Who are you dealing with? I think that's really, really important.
And I encourage that open communication with the teachers. And some teachers are wonderful. I mean, if they understand the realities of this home, if you can really paint that picture clearly to the teachers, most of them are so compassionate. We live in a different time. Today is not the same time as when you and I were children.
It seems to me that every generation wants their kids to have a better life, right? So how do you have a better life? You work harder and you have a better education.
Why does the parent want the child so hard to succeed at that one thing? Why can't they just... Because if the child really wants to succeed and they're really connected with their parent, they will.
And so parents need to back off. They need to understand what their kids' limitations are. They understand that their kids aren't perfect, just like them and everyone else, and find out what their strengths are, support them, and help them with their weaknesses.
Learning goals are important. As a teacher, putting an objective on the board for the day, a learning goal, or anything that describes why we are doing this is so important.
Well, I think the parent should actually discuss their expectations with the student, with their child, so that the child knows what is expected of them. And I think that it's unreal to expect or to ask a child to have incredibly high marks if you don't actually know what their goals are.
Even little breaks for younger kids, I think, makes a big difference. Don't expect them to do their spelling homework and then immediately start their math. Let them get up and run around, jump around, do something for 5 minutes, then come back to it. They're refreshed, then they can do another 10-15 minutes.
First of all, make sure your child isn't compromised. So that means tired, hungry, angry. And make sure they've had enough fresh air.
There really needs to be a marriage of the parents and the teachers working together, even if they're not in constant contact, just knowing that parents are supporting what's going on at school and school is supporting what's going on with parents.